What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2000 movie Dinosaur. So, in this movie, an orphan dinosaur raised by lemurs joins a audacious trek to a sanctuary after a meteorite shower destroys his family home. So, this movie is okay. It's not one of my favorite Disney movies. I will say the opening scene is absolutely great and better than the movie itself. In fact, the opening scene was used for the marketing of the movie to get people interested in seeing it and everything. I know myself and a lot of kids and stuff thought the dinosaurs weren't even going to talk in the movie and everything, and I was quite disappointed when I found out that the dinosaurs talked and everything. And the lemur characters are just atrocious. They're just as annoying to me as the gargoyles and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. They just are really annoying characters. But I think the other characters are kind of likable, mainly Aladar. I think he's a likable enough lead character and everything, and I like the older dinosaurs that he's friends with. I don't remember their names anymore. I used to know all the characters' names, but I don't really remember all their names. But I like the older ones that he's becomes friends with, that he's trying to help that walk really slow because of how old they are and how big they are and stuff. I like them. And I like Aladar's girlfriend and the character Bruton, who is the only character in this movie that has any kind of development. I like him. But the characters are really underdeveloped in this movie. But I will say the voice casts are pretty good as the characters, except for the guy who does the voice of Zenny, the lemur, does a good job doing his voice. The character is very annoying and gets on my nerves, yet he does these really annoying love puns, and it's just really cringy and stuff. It's stuff that I look back now thinking, I thought that was funny when I was 8 years old when this movie first came out. Looking back at it now, it's really cringy at how corny it is and stuff. And I'll say that this movie is a pretty obvious ripoff of The Land Before Time, which I feel like had done this story much better and told it in a much better way and everything. While they aren't completely the same, they have different types of dinosaurs. The characters aren't completely the same as they are in The Land Before Time. It's the same overall story and everything. It's dinosaurs trying to get from this really bad place that they're in to this peaceful valley. It's this exact same story, and as someone who is a big fan of The Land Before Time, I would rather watch that movie than this one any day, and everything. And the animation is a mixed bag for me. There's parts of it where I feel like it holds up pretty well for being a movie that came out in the year 2000. The animation holds up pretty well, but there's times where it looks really bad too, so it's kind of a mixed bag and everything. It's kind of like with the Star Wars prequels CGI. Some of it looks okay and holds up, but a lot of it just doesn't hold up very well and everything. But yeah, so all in all, I think that this movie could have been so much better. It could have been a lot worse too, I guess, but it was one that I really enjoyed as a kid. Not near as much as Land Before Time, though. Like I said, Land Before Time was kind of the movie I held all dinosaur movies standard to until I saw Jurassic Park, and then it was both of those movies. But this one, I had a lot of high hopes for when it first came out. I remember seeing it for the first time and really enjoying it. And I watched it quite a bit as a kid and everything, but it's one of the Disney animation movies that I enjoyed quite a bit as a kid, but don't really feel like holds up very well and don't really enjoy that much as an adult. And everything. It just isn't as good as it could have been, and everything. But it was good for kids and everything. Like, I'm sure kids would love this movie. I was the target audience for it, so I enjoyed it back then, and I was really into dinosaurs back then. But this was one of the first times where I could tell a movie was a ripoff of something else. So, but all in all, I think Dinosaur is a mediocre movie that has some likable characters, but not a good enough story to really keep me interested in. It's a story that's been told way better before in another movie. So I'm gonna give Dinosaur a C. I don't fully hate it, so I don't think it's bad enough to give it anything lower than a C, but it's not a great movie. It's kind of just a harmless family movie that's good if you have kids and stuff, because kids could enjoy it and stuff. But that's really it. But yeah, so anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Dinosaur, and I hope you enjoy this video, and have a good day, everybody.